your short film has a story that can attach to the audience or can be educational for the audience, then your short film has that much more value than all the other short films. Well, hello, hola, and welcome everyone to this little quick chat you and I are going to be having today about raising money for your short film. Raising capital, raising funding, whatever you want to call it. Recently, I had a fellow filmmaker and friend of mine send me a message asking me if I knew how to raise money for a short film, which I replied kind of like this.
Oh no!
So, as you can see, that was not a very great response. The reason why in my defense is because I was having a terrible day. So, I didn't really want to get into a huge long chat. I did end up replying back to him with some more details. But the most important question that I had for him, which is the most important question that I have for you if you are watching this video, is what is your short film about? This is a very important question. What is your short film about? Can the audience attach themselves to the story that you're going to be telling? What is the value of this story? You have to think of those things if you are making a short film, because nowadays short films, sadly to say, do not have as much value as they used to in the past. In the past, it could be that you made a short film and this was sort of like a demonstration to show after a few short films that you can maybe move on to creating a feature-length film. Nowadays, making a short film is more like a calling card, a business card, something to show. So think about this if you are thinking seriously about creating a short film. One example of how the short film industry has kind of shifted through the years is that you've noticed through the last 3-4 years that fan films are the new short films. These are great calling cards, not only because you can work on some great projects, maybe that you have a little bit of passion for from your childhood, but also because they have already an existing fan base. And that is very good for your audience retention, for your attention period. Which is, I'm sure, one of the goals that you're looking forward to if you're creating a short film. I'm sure you don't want to just tell a story that no one's going to see and no one's going to watch. So keep this in mind if you are creating a short film. Fan films are kind of the new, the new short films, the new calling cards. I have a friend actually. You can go check out the interview. I'll link it down below. You can check out our interview together about his fan film, which was the Revenge of the Mask movie. It's sort of more of the comic book version of the Mask movie, so not like the Jim Carrey stuff, comedic stuff. It's definitely more of a comic book vibe to it. So definitely check out the interview below to see what a kind of a fan film is kind of like, what the process is like. Of course, the number one way that everybody's gonna go to is gonna be Kickstarter. Kickstarter, GoFundMe, one of these social media platforms that's gonna allow you to raise money for your short film. Now, if you were here, 5 years ago doing that, hey, I would have pushed it all the way. I worked personally on 4 different campaigns for 4 different groups, not myself. They were all successful at raising the funds that they were looking for their projects. I created the video for those, so it was a great experience. But if you are going to get into Kickstarter, please keep in mind, try to have a team around you. Do not do it yourself. If you do promise anybody that's going to donate, if you promise them anything, make sure you deliver on that at the end. If there's any deliverables, make sure they get those posters, whatever, blah blah blah. Make sure the people that donate to get that. You don't want to ruin your brand and be known as the person that doesn't keep their promise. So if you're gonna go with Kickstarter, it's a really big commitment. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. Whatever money you're raising from Kickstarter, so if you're asking for $5,000, most likely $1,000 of that is going to be used for the whole Kickstarter campaign itself. So giving t-shirts or posters or whatever you're going to have to print. So please keep that in mind if you're going to be doing Kickstarter or anything like that. Now, if you're a young filmmaker, you're probably going to gravitate to the idea of asking your parents for this money. Now, I have conflicting, beliefs about this. Your parents are most likely going to believe in you. Not all parents are going to believe in their children, but most likely your parents are going to believe in you, so most likely they will give you the money. Now, I don't suggest this. This is, I think, where Kickstarter kind of comes in. I mean, once you do Kickstarter, your parents are going to pretty much donate to your Kickstarter campaign. They're gonna, I'm sure, be one of the first ones to donate. It's gonna be friends and family. So, so try not to go directly to your parents. Try not to take out credit cards, please. We're talking about short films. This is not a good investment for you. If you are going to take out money on a credit card, you might as well just make a feature film. I don't care if the story's crappy. Just make sure that the audio's great. Same thing for your short film. Make sure that the audio's great. But if you're, going to invest that kind of money, get yourself into debt over this, make sure that at least you have a product that can make its money back. Not saying that short films do not make any money back at all whatsoever. They could. There are even channels on YouTube, like Amalot, I believe. Dust is another one that will buy your short films or will work on some sort of partnership with you for revenue. So you could in the long run make money, or a little bit of money, but really, I mean, seriously, you're not going to make much money with a short film. Now, in all honesty, I have never raised the money myself for one of my short films. What I've always done was I worked for it. Got myself a client, shot a commercial, shot a music video, then transfer that money as a budget for the short film. That's the way that I did it. Super simple for me to do that. Same thing for you, especially if you already have your own equipment. That is 100% what you should be doing right now. It's just going out and try to get clients, try to shoot small videos, even if it's, music videos, even if it's $1,000, $2,000, whatever, and take that money and move it over to the budget for your short film. Of course, I wish that all of you could find a Patreon out there, somebody that believes in them so much, that will be willing, that has the extra money and be willing to put this money out for the vision of the artist. Of course, my friend that actually messaged me, he's already done a short film before, and his short film before was phenomenal. Great cinematography, great acting, great story, great music, sound design. So he has actually something to show to an actual investor. Now, an investor might use this as, since he knows he's not going to be making money from this, he might just use it as a tax write-off. But here's the real trick, and this is where the #1 question came in, was what is your short film about? The reason why I ask this is because your short film has a story that can attach to the audience or can be educational for the audience, then your short film has that much more value than all the other short films. Of course, you can write a phenomenal short film with a punchline that's going to be hilarious, hysterical at the end. Everybody's going to love it, and it might be viral because you have a story that was never told before. Not sure. If you want to learn how to actually write a short film, I'll link a video down below by a YouTuber called D4Darius. Sorry, I just butchered that name right there almost. But it's a great way to learn how to write punchlines for your short film or how to end your short films. Because a lot of short films have a very specific structure to them. Doesn't mean that all of them are that way. If you're doing a short film that has a story about the homeless or has a story that deals with mental disorder, these are all subjects that foundations or charities would be willing to donate money to tell a story. Now, of course, you have to make sure you stay PG. These people have to be able to share these stories or share your short film after it's done online, and make sure that it's educational for the audience watching it, that it brings some sort of value, or make sure that they can show it at their next yearly, fundraising event. So that is really a good way to go about if you want to get into the industry of raising money or having funding for your short film. If not, of course, you should be going out and shooting your short film anyways. If it's with just, friends and family, well, be careful with that. People can tell that they're usually your friends and family, not actors. But get yourself around a community of actors, talented people, even theater people, musicians, and plan just a little short film with them. Do it for free. See if you can do it a few different times. If you can do it a few different times, then I think maybe you're at the level of asking for funding or asking for money for a short film. You have to have something to really show. You can't be asking for money right at the beginning. Of course, again, I want to make it plain and simple and clear that the guy who was messaging me already has a huge background, so that is not his case. But if you're watching this video and you've only done one short film or two short films, really you need to keep pushing at it. Right now it's not the time, unless you have really quality good stuff, which those people exist out there. If you have that kind of quality stuff, then you can go ahead and ask for money. But story's king, guys. Story. From feature films to short films. If you're just trying to make a cool looking short film, your audience is never going to attach itself to that unless you're going for like 13-year-olds that look like cool little flashy things going all over the screen in fast cuts. If you're trying to get a massive audience, keep in mind that stories are what we attach each other to. Nowadays you can learn all this stuff online, so please go look at story structure for short films specifically. It's not the same as writing a feature film. Especially if you just want to make a comedic short film. Please study that. Some great examples that I can make are 1 Minute Time Machine. That is a hysterical one. I really recommend you guys go watch that. Not because how hysterical it is, but really the punchline at the end. Then what's the other one that I love? It's a Western. Oh, I forgot the name, but it's about a cowboy going into a bar. Hopefully I didn't just lose focus there on you. But that one is a historical one. I'll link them down below, actually. If you want to look below, I'll link all these videos down below that I'm talking about. So, but yeah, guys, keep in mind foundations, charities. These are great ways to actually raise money for your short film. If your short film has a story and educational value to it that they can get something out of, and this will be a great learning experience for you on how to deal with budgeting for a short film and all that kind of stuff. Another way that you can actually not so much raise money, but have a little extra perks on set is by contacting local brands. So local businesses, small businesses. You're not gonna get Nike's attention. You're not gonna go to Domino's Pizza. I've tried. But go for local brands, and not only as product placement, you know, in your short film, if it has sort of an important value and you're not trashing their brand, you have to make sure that you use it in a positive way. Whatever product they give you, use it in a positive way. You want to have a good relationship with these brands, guys, or gals out there. You don't want to mess that up. So do that, or think about it, maybe at a bar. Your whole entire short film takes place at a bar. You can do it, I've done it, where a bar allows you to film during the day, and it's daytime. They have absolutely no problem, nobody else is there. They have no problem providing you and your whole crew drinks, and some food. So that's always a plus if you can do something like that. Work a little bit of a deal with a business. And again, these rules really work for if you're making really PG stuff. If you're going for like crazy sci-fi stuff, horror stuff, you know, I would be careful where that line crosses. You know, especially when you're dealing with brands. Everything has to be very positive. Everything has to make their image look good. So that's another, you know, little way to not so much have money on set, but have little perks. Another way to find that budget money that you're gonna need for your short film is the simple question of, is your short film religious? Does it have to deal with any religions? Again, especially in a positive way, just like working with brands, make sure you keep it positive. If it's a Christian movie, go to Christian churches. Easy. You can go to mosques, you can go anywhere that has a religious base. And if your story fits with their message, if it's an educational short film that the audience is going to get something out of it, that they're going to get a great story out of, these are great possibilities to have a working partnership. where you can have a little bit of extra money or that budget that you're looking for, again, or access to locations that you might not have access to because it's a church, for example. There's many members at a church. You could cast from people at that church. Those people from that church will want to share that video with other people from their church once that story is done. So please keep that in mind. I'm not talking about going out there and using people. I'm talking about really, if your story fits with one of these narratives, either a foundation, a church, or a religious institution, I would really look for those partnerships. It's not so much about raising money, it's partnerships. You don't want to go begging for money and then just jet out and say bye, because it's a short film again. I mean, come on, you're not going to have a red carpet for your short film. It's not going to be a massive success, your short film, most likely. I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm trying to be realistic. It's probably not going to be a massive success. So build a relationship with these people that you're asking for money or for a partnership with. So hopefully this video kind of helped you guys. Let me know if it did. I know it was super long, sorry about that. I had my cup of coffee the whole entire time. You probably didn't, so perdóname por eso, che. As an Argentinian here would say. But go to the comments down below, let me know if you learned something, you didn't learn anything, if I talked too much, I didn't talk enough, if you want me to go more into detail about this. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, as quick as possible. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. Check out all my old commercials, work. I deleted most of my weddings from the channel, I think. But you'll find a bunch of different kinds of videos on my channel. So hopefully I'll be bringing more of this kind of stuff to you. Gracias, ciao, adios, mwah, toodaloo. Peace. That was too aggressive at the end with a peace. Whew. Happy 2020. How about that? Happy 2020 if you're watching this video in like 2024, 2060. That's gonna make no sense to you whatsoever, but whew.